I was trained up and running at the same times. I mean, so
What?
I was running every single day. Then there is no secret, I think. The sensation, the feelings that you have during a marathon, you can only find it on a marathon because you are working so hard for so long, and it's like a one shot. You cannot miss your chance, and it's always beautiful.
Hey everyone, Mathieu here, and welcome to another episode of Everyday Heroes, the podcast that is celebrating the athletes all around us that prove that greatness live in the common days. This was created with the hope to make us all realize that we have something extraordinary in us, and all we need is the example of others to make us realize it. This is the place for the everyday athletes to tell their stories and hopefully inspire you to make great things on your own. Today, I am with Laurentin, coming from Belgium. Simply put, he is the fastest runner I know in Lisbon, having run a marathon in 3 hours and 45 minutes, which is roughly the pace. 2 hours. Oh, the fail. Having run, the marathon in 2 hours and 45 minutes, which is an average 3 minutes 55 per kilometers, which I think is the sprint pace for many people. I am extra excited to have him today, and I will try my best to make him share as many tips and insights as possible so you can learn how to become faster on longer distance. Hello, Laurentin.
Hello.
Last weekend was race weekend in Lisbon, and you ran the marathon. How did it go?
I think that it went well, to be honest, because the circumstances were not good, to be honest. The weather was really, really bad, and this marathon is hard, I think. Was harder than my first one, to be honest.
It's your second one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if I was more prepared, stronger. Sadly, I didn't succeed to do a personal best, but I'm proud that I went through the finish line. And just learning. I will do faster on another one. No problem.
What happened? What happened that make you think that it was not a good experience for you? Was it during the race or the preparation?
No, I think the preparation was good. I did 2 races during the preparation. I did one 10K and one half marathon. And, for the half marathon, my leg was horrible, and I did a super time. I don't know how I managed to do it. And I was confident about the marathon because of that. During the marathon, after 16K, I was feeling weird in my legs, and in my head, I was just thinking, don't look at the watch too much. Just focus on the pace. Be relaxed. Take your gels and try to go as fast as you can to the finish line.
So in the end, it was not a gut problem. It was more like a fatigue problem that you had.
Problem, I think, stress. I think that I put pressure on myself because my family was there, and I had the pressure of my previous marathon as well. I was obsessed by the fact to do a quicker one.
And what did you learn from?
I learned that time doesn't matter. To be honest, you can be more. I know that I'm stronger than before that, and I know that the Laurentin of this marathon was way better than the Laurentin of the other marathon.
Even though you did 1 minute longer than your personal best.
Yes, I did 2:48 on this one.
Okay.
48.
Yeah. Ooh, very bad.
Yeah. No, but I mean, when you are from the half marathon that I did, it was, I mean, among some weeks with huge mileage. Then I did 1:15, hard condition, and through fatigue, through heat, and also with hills, wind. It was really, really hard to do this race, to be honest. And after that, I was super confident. I was thinking, yes, if I can do 1:15 on this half marathon, I will destroy the marathon because I know that I'm better on longer distances because of my...
So you have a profile that is more endurance rather than super fast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of my past. I mean, I started a sport when I was 13. I mean, seriously. The first time I was first of all a runner. My distance was 800 meters, but I was not enjoying it because it's 800 meters is like a full sprint where you can feel all the pain in your body. You have, I mean,
It's a different type of pain.
400, you are at the end and you start to feel pain, but 2 times 400, so you have 2 times the time to feel the pain actually. And I was not enjoying so much to do this kind of sprint. I was more enjoying doing some road running with my mother already, and I was used to do already.
She's also a runner?
Yeah. The lady did 13 marathons.
Wow. I wish my mom could listen to this.
And the most amazing thing about her is that she started to run at the age of 39, and she was brave enough to start road running with a half marathon instantly. And she finished last. But she finished.
Yeah, but I mean, but who cares? That's still amazing.
Okay. And after that, she had a good progression, and she managed to do some 10K in 40 age of.
That's fantastic. Is this why you started running?
Not honestly, because I think that I was at the beginning of middle school. I was becoming a chunky kid a bit, and I was a bit
Yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah, okay.
complexed about my body a bit, and I start to and I was done with team sport, to be honest, like football, basketball, or other sport like this. And I was thinking about endurance, and I start to run. And with my mother, I start to miss some track session to go with her to do more kilometers. After that, I was more enjoying to do 10K road races than 800 meters.
And so running changed your body type in the end?
Yes, I lost a lot of weight.
I can't imagine you with more weight. It's
I,
weird.
I think that my size was the same, but my weight was 55 kilograms. And then my mother was
55 kilo more than
no,
now?
but when I start to run, I dropped to 55.
Okay.
I mean, I was not big or fat, but I was a bit chunky, I will say. And my mother was worried about the weight that I lost, and I went to visit a doctor for that.
Okay.
Can remember. And yes, the same time that I was doing more run on the road. Yeah. At the track, I was still doing 800 meters and some disc throwing as well. And yeah,
Like
that.
like that.
I don't know if it's a good word in English, but
Yeah,
I mean,
well, when you have a disc and you do a woohoo.
exactly.
Okay.
And it's funny because I was super lucky about it. Just the club needed somebody to throw a disc. They gave me a disc. First try, the disc was flying, but so far. And they were super happy about that. Like, oh, maybe you are a genius about how to throw a disc. And after that, I did a competition and I finished at last. It was bad.
I have a question because your experience with the marathon was pretty hard. How do you deal with pain during a race to keep on going? Because you told me, I think, that you were thinking of quitting. So what do you do in order to keep on going?
I think that before the race, I try to set up several goals, like the really
The best scenario
the best
and
scenario,
okay.
I will say the time that you want to do. After that, another goal, realistic, I will say. Like my goal was 2:35, and when
It's insane.
when I saw that it was not possible anymore, I was thinking below 240, and after that I was thinking about just a PB, and after that just about below 250 and finish as fast as I can. And I was not thinking so much about the pace anymore. I was just focusing on my heartbeat that I know that at marathon pace for me is 155 more or less. Yes, but I mean, because I was exhausted at 155, normally I'm at 340, 45, 50. But I was more around 4, I will say. And at the end, because I tried to compensate the fact that I was not feeling good by eating a lot of gels, I started to throw up at the end.
Really? You throw up and you managed to do sub 250?
Yeah, but I was throwing up and running at the same time. So
What?
it's a new skill,
Throwing
you
up
know?
and running at the same time?
Yeah.
How does it work?
Like, I mean, it was coming up like, I don't know, you cannot control that. I mean, but yes, because my gels were 30, 30 grams of carbs each one.
Yeah. Well, coming to this, what was your fueling strategy?
Normally, for somebody who is doing a marathon at this pace, it's around 80 or 90 grams per hour.
Per hour?
Then if you have a
How
bag,
many gels is this?
normally for me it's 8 gels
8 gels per hour? Ah,
for the full marathon.
okay.
And
Okay.
it's like 3 per hour
Yeah, okay.
for with 30 grams of carb bag, I will
Okay.
say.
And you tested those gels before? Yeah.
Yeah, on long runs, or sometimes just even if the run was not long, but with intensity just before the threshold, for example.
Okay, so you test your gel during long run and during intensity.
Sessions, yes, but for example, if I go to the track, I have some kilometers to do, then it's a warm up, I would say, and just before the real session, I will take one gel just to keep my body fueled.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. And do you take, because I see this sometimes, do you take gels after a session in order to accelerate recovery?
You can do it. I'm not doing it because gel are expensive.
Which type of brand which brand do you consume?
I took I tried other, to be honest, but I took Decathlon because
Okay. Okay.
and they change
I found them
the
very, very sweet, like very, very sweet.
yeah, but they changed the mixed, and now it's more easy to take it because it's more liquid. Before it was like
Like a candy. Yeah. Yeah. I don't like them, honestly.
and now they are bigger and more liquid. Yes, I mean it's more easy.
And staying on the food subject, did you do carb loading? And if yes, what did you eat? How many days? What was the protocol?
What I eat: pasta, rice. I mean, I don't like to do aggressive carb load, to be honest, because I think it's just I try to eat more, a little bit of carbs more, I will say, but not in gigantic quantity. And just the day before the race, I did that 2 times, and I didn't have any problem about with my belly or my stomach or anything. I just eat just the night before. I just eat a bag of rice with chicken, bit of olive oil because otherwise it's too dry, or a bit of cheese, and that's it.
So how many days?
Just the day before.
Just the day before. Okay.
Because if you take fibers few days before, you don't have consequences on your body because fibers are
Easily digested.
yeah,
Well, fast. It's fat. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And so you don't do carb loading for more than 1 day then?
no, but anyway, because I'm running less before, it's already like a carb load because I'm not changing what I eat. I just eating the same amount of food, but I'm running less than I'm using less carbs.
But I think you said very interesting things. Two things. Like basically, you didn't change the way you were eating, and you didn't force your body to eat more, which is smart because in the end, carb loading is just changing the distribution of the macronutrients, having more carbs in the total. But it doesn't mean that you eat more or you change completely your diet with food that you are not used to, because if you do, you're going to stress your body and you may have bad reactions, especially during the race.
Yeah, but if I have an advice for people who are doing a marathon in more than 3 hours or 4 hours, I will say that for the breakfast, it's maybe a good thing to feel that they are a bit heavy because for them the race will be long and they need a lot of energy.
Yeah, and also if you eat heavy during breakfast, I'm not entirely sure, but it depends on the start time because usually, you wake up super early and the start time is like 4 hours after. So even if you eat a bit more than usual, you probably have time to digest yeah, okay. Still staying on the food subject, what role play nutrition in your training? Like, can you tell us how you eat?
I mean, I'm not eating so good, to be honest. I will say, like, I'm eating a
Beer
lot.
and pizza?
No, I was not drinking. I quit literally alcohol during the preparation.
So how many months then?
I mean, with exception, I can count on one hand how many beers that I drink for 15 weeks.
50. Wow. Okay. So that's 4 5 months?
Yeah,
4 or 5 months?
yeah, 4 or 5 times one beer,
Okay.
just to relax at the
Wow.
beach or something like that. Yeah, and about food, I'm just eating a lot of carbs, of course, but I think that I'm not a model about it. Sometimes I'm eating candy, so
Okay. Well, I think that's totally fine because when you train that much, this is also a game of quantity and not that much a game of quality because you are not a sedentary people. So your energy level are way higher than the usual, which means you need more calories, you need more energies. And in the end, where do you find easy energy is in junk food. It doesn't mean that all of your food
yeah,
should be
of
junk
course.
food, but this can be easier tolerated because yeah, sure, I'm eating, but that's also the beauty of doing a lot of sport because you can also, have excess here and there, and that's
Mm.
completely fine.
Yeah, if you lose a lot of weight, it's already something that you not. If you did a good time with an amount of body weight, if you go back to, I mean, if you become heavier again, you will not perform as you performed before. Already is like something that you can only use once, I will say. And then for the moment, I don't try to be focused on the weight too much. And I know that anyway that I'm heavy because I'm large here. And for our runner, I'm not so skinny.
Really? Okay.
I think that I'm around more or less between 68 and 70 kilo.
Mm.
Some people are at my level, I will say, they're already at 60 for the same.
That's becoming probably a bit dangerous when you go that low because the lower you go in terms of weight, the higher the risk of injuries.
Yeah, I think so.
During the preparation, I saw that you were running at the peak more than 170 kilometers a week.
Yeah.
How? Why? Can you explain? how, how
Okay.
how do you get to this training load?
Okay. I think it's also because of my background, because after running, I had a big injuries when I was young on the track, and my father is a cyclist. I mean, my father was really, really good at cross-country running, but he switched for cycling. And then I started to do cycling with him because I was injured. And to be honest, I was better at cycling. I was more gifted, and then I did cycling for a long time. Cycling, it's requiring a lot of training. Like I was doing 15 hours of cycling
Yeah, it's a lot of volume.
per week, and with 1 or 2 races per week as well. It's a lot of volume of training, and I was feeling good with this amount of. I feel super good when I'm running or doing cycling a lot because my body is always steady. And then also, I'm not my quality is not to be fast, is to be endurant. And I'm working with not on my weakness, but of my strong quality to be really endurant, and I'm doing a lot of kilometers because I think that it's something that you can do to improve quickly. And I think that I'm not so gifted at running, and that's why I'm running a lot.
Okay, so you think you are not that good as running, so you try to compensate this with a
Yeah.
lot of volume?
Exactly, but it was hard because I was running, I was working at the same time. So I was working normally 40 hours per week. So, I mean, with the commute, with the lunch break, where I was not able to run, in total for a week, it's nearly 50 hours.
Yeah, that's actually one of my questions, because with this much volume and work, 40 hours a week, how do you balance your life between personal, work, and training?
That I mean, I was running during the training, but I was also running outside. I was managing everything. I was running for the metro. I was, I don't know, I was winning a lot of time just by simple things. Because, for example, I'm back from my work. I was doing my shopping right away after going to the grocery shop, going home. I was not thinking, oh, I'm tired. No, no, you need just to put your gears and go running. And after that, the pain is really, really easy to handle, I will say.
Okay.
And I have the luck to not be injured so much. That's why I keep going on this kind of philosophy to run a lot.
And speaking of this, you do double session, right?
I'm sorry.
You do double
Yes,
session,
yes,
because
of
I don't
course.
think you can achieve this much with only one on session a day,
No.
because that would mean that you would do very long session and therefore increase your fatigue and
Yeah,
risk of injuries. Whereas if you split this in half, one in the morning, I guess one in the evening, it's better.
yes, of course. Because in 6 or 7 hours, you have the time to recover. Yes, if you want, for example, to do, I think that 160 kilometers per week is like 25 each day. If you're doing 25 in once, I mean, you can do it as a long run at the end of the week, for example. But if you are doing 25 every day like this, you will be injured.
Yeah, for sure. How do you distribute your intensity between across 170 kilometers? Like, how much would you say is low intensity and how much is higher intensity?
I will say 80% is low intensity. In my case, for example, to win times, and because also it's dangerous for injuries if I was doing long run slowly, because if I do long run slowly, like 30, 35, like more or less 3 hours of running. If I do it at base endurance pace, I will say. But then I like to do my long run fast. But yes, I was doing an easy session. I mean, I was pushing more on Thursday on the track, and on Tuesday I was doing something with progression maybe, or long threshold, but not faster than marathon pace, to be honest.
Okay, so 80% of low intensity, some threshold, some intervals.
Yeah.
How many interval session a week? One?
On track?
Yeah.
Yes, only one.
One track, one long session, one threshold,
Yeah.
and the rest is low intensity?
Yes. What I want to try for the moment is to do an extra active jog, I will say, with heels, because
Hill
I'm
training.
not heels for the moment. I did in the past, but also where I'm living, I need to climb a street all the time when I'm coming back. Then I'm doing some heels, I will say, but I'm not doing it with intensity. Then it's something that I can work on.
Yeah, hill training is very good to build the power.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a workout, as in it will simulate the fatigue you're going to have at the end of a race, which means you can work on that with kind of um, saving up time, because you don't have to run like an hour before. You can just do like a few sprints and then boom, you're fatigued. And also running uphill, since there is like a mechanical stress that is on your legs, it will also improve your running technique better as if you were running flat running. So it's very interesting. Hey guys, I am an endurance coach and I train runners to complete their first trail injury free. Everyday Heroes is the podcast, but it's also a private coaching tailored to you and based on science. For a limited time, I offer you a free call to help you build your training plan. The link is in the description. And now back to the episode. Speaking of technique, do you work on your technique?
No, not so much. I'm doing sometimes, but it's like I'm just pretending to do it just because others are doing it.
So you do the drills and all, but nothing. Okay.
Yeah, but I need so much to. I think sometimes that I'm running, I can run 20 kilometers less per week and go 2 times to the gym. I think it's way better that I'm doing actually. It's something that I want to work on as well. Yes, the drills, it's really important technique. I tried as much as I can to not use carbon-plated shoes as well.
Why not using them?
Because of the technique. Because the body is so much helped, then you are not using your feet anymore so much.
Okay, I
And
see, I see. So like you would reserve carbon shoes only for race day?
I'm for long runs, race day, and threshold on the track.
Okay, I see.
Then in total is maybe yes 20% of my volume.
Okay, I see. And you mentioned something working at the gym. I checked a little bit your Strava. Sorry, I kind of digged a little bit. I didn't see any strength training session. Do you go to the gym to work on this?
I did all the winter I did, and after that I just kept working at home before my first marathon, and it's maybe why my first marathon was good because even if I stopped to go to the gym, I did some exercise at home, and it might maintain some qualities that I trained before.
What qualities?
I mean, I was a bit more muscular, and I think that it can help.
Yeah, definitely. It's helping. There is actually a kind of a misconception with strength training. Many people think that this will prevent injuries, but scientific studies don't really show that. It's very nuanced, like because it's very hard to actually test. How can you? All right, so this person is doing strength training. How can you say that because of this it gets less injured? Like it's very hard to measure, so it doesn't really show. However, there is one thing that has been shown and proved over and over: strength training promotes running economy, which is very interesting for runners, which is basically for a given speed you burn less energy, and
Yeah.
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and I think you are working on muscle related to running, like abs.
The quads, the hamstrings.
Yes, of course. You can work calves, tendon as well.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, I think it's underrated, and it will improve your performance at 100% if you're doing it.
But when you do this, you don't really work with weight. You do home at home.
During the winter, I was doing it in a gym, and after, because I was increasing my volume, I start to do between 30 and 1 hour just at home with.
Yeah, at some point you have to make a choice.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But to give some example, this winter I did some race with 76 or 75 kilograms, 10K race, and I was
What do
managing
you mean?
my body weight.
Your body weight. Okay.
Yes, no, my body weight is around 68, 70, I will say. And at this time it was 75, 76 because I spent the winter in the gym. Then I was bigger, and I managed to do some 10K races at 3 kilometers.
Okay. What is the key for you to get faster for long distance?
Say on long distance, more the distance is long, more you need volume.
Volume, and
Yeah, volume. Yeah, because the speed will come with the volume. I mean,
because that's in the end kind of counterintuitive, because you said that the vast majority of your training is low intensity, so slow, but this is what will get you faster, right?
yeah.
That's very interesting how the body works.
Yes, yes. Because you keep repeating the same stress on your body, then your body understand that you need to be more economic. And
Yeah, because the more you run, the more your body will naturally improve its running mechanic and also its running efficiency. So it's kind of the same as with strength training. Plus, there's going to be physiological adaptation like more and more mitochondria, which is directly responsible to the capacity of you running faster. So yeah, volume in the end.
Yeah, and I will say it's not something new because already my father told me, yes, when I was performing well in cross country, I was running every single day. Then there is no secret, I think.
Yeah, that's like you see sometimes online like that the hack to get to be faster, like the hidden truth. It's a boring reality. It's basically you need to run. You need to run a lot, and that's it. What advice would you tell to someone that wants to start running?
I think, I mean, yes, people are asking me oftenly what I think about their training and everything, but sometimes I can see a lot of beginners that are doing a already long session, I will say, because they are not running that even 5K. It's already a big stress for their body.
Yeah, I agree. Like if you don't run and from 0 to 0 ever and 5, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's already between 30 and 40 minutes for a beginner. And I think that is way better to do, for example, I don't know, 4 times per week, 15, 20 minutes, than to do 2 times K and to be destroyed at the end of it.
So in the end, it don't go too long, too fast, too soon.
Yes, I think it's better to repeat the stress, but to take it easy at the beginning. And I mean, at the beginning, you will improve so fast just if you follow this simple rule.
Yeah, so it's basically rather than doing, if you begin one long run, like 1 hour once a week, maybe split this 1 hour long run into 3 times 20 minutes so you can distribute the stress evenly.
Yeah, of course. And if the body can understand the stress more if it's repeat every 2 days, I would say if you are doing it only 1 time per week.
So I think there's two takeaway here. So there is volume, but there is also frequency.
Yeah. Yeah, frequency. Yes, of course.
What brought you to running and chasing record?
I think since I started sport at 13, I mean, in my family, everybody's doing sports like crazy. I mean, my brothers, they're okay with that, about doing it chill, but I like performance. I have this mentality, and especially on a bike, when I was doing cycling, if you don't have this anger, you cannot survive in a bunch, I will say, because it's everybody is racing at 50 kilometers per hour. It's super dangerous. I think that I like this adrenaline. I like the stress of the race. I like to keep to give my best, to even if I suffer a lot at the end. I'm so grateful that I can do it, because a lot of people, I think, are not able to do it. I have the body to do it, and I'm grateful. And I'm thinking about sometimes, like, I mean, I have my small level, I will say, but sometimes I can see people that are doing amazing things, like they are disabled, they are running marathons. It's fantastic, and I think that with the luck that I have, that I can enjoy my body like this, I want to push it at 100%.
Well, the luck. You are also working a lot. So,
Yes, but I think at the beginning of my life, I had
okay.
already two legs, two arms. I have. It's a luck. I think people sometimes are wasting their. I mean, I don't want to give lesson to no one, but sometimes people, they cannot imagine that other don't have the luck to have, I will say, an healthy body, and that's why sometimes when I'm suffering a lot, I try to remember that.
And that's a beautiful thing. You're grateful to have a healthy body, which is, yeah, that's awesome.
Yes, and when
I don't think many people realize that, wow, I have a body with limbs and healthy, I don't have a disease. And that's amazing. So I should be grateful for it. And that is why I can put on the work that I want.
And I was thinking about that when I was doing this marathon training as well, because yes, I was suffering. It was hard. Sometimes I was thinking, no, not today. I don't want to go. But at the end, I was thinking, yeah, but you have the luck to do it. It's a privilege. You have the time, you have the money to do it, and there is there are so much things harder than this in life. You cannot complain.
Wow, I think that's a very beautiful piece of wisdom. Thank you. What are or is, I don't know if it's plural, your next goals?
If I was able to do a marathon straight away, I will do it.
So you're full on marathon. There's a
I mean, the sensation, the feelings that you have during a marathon, you can only find it on a marathon because you are working so hard for so long, and it's like a one shot. You cannot miss your chance, and it's always beautiful. But now it's in 4 weeks. I will do the half marathon here in Lisbon, to one of the navigators.
yeah. Well, good luck.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, to finish up this interview, I like to play games.
Okay.
So we're gonna play the tier list ranking. I'm sure you're familiar with. So take this, please. It's very homemade. So for the people that don't,
Okay. 8 hours of consistency.
I think that's a hard one. I'm not sure.
S.
Yeah, S tier. So it's again a boring reality, but the best thing are usually the simple thing: get good quality sleep and enough hours, and you'll be fine.
Okay. Compression boots.
Yeah,
Sorry.
there was a lot of them advertised in where you were able to take your bib in Lisbon.
I saw, but because it's expensive and you can have the same kind of effect just to rise up your legs, and I mean you have also recovery socks or things like this, less expensive. I think that I will put C.
All right, so keep your money basically.
Yeah. Focus more on the amount of calories rather than food quality. I will put good A.
Yeah, so just to add on this, it really depends on the amount of kilometers, the amount of volume that you run each week. But basically, the more you run, the more you need calories to fuel your training. And in this regard, sure, quality is good, but you can be flexible. What you absolutely need to do is to dial in the amount of calories that you need.
And I think that when your body is tired, is sending you the good signals.
Yeah. So if you want that kebab from time to time, get it.
Massage guns. Sometimes some aggressive massage can be bad, I think. And massage gun, I mean, sometimes it's hard, no? I'm not using it, to be honest.
I've never used it, but I have my opinion.
It seems powerful, no? It can be bad.
It's you.
I will put the compression boots, see, because also it's expensive. I think that's
Yeah.
not the
They
main
are.
focus.
They are.
A bit.
So I would say it's a gadget.
Yeah. Yes. You have more ways to optimize yourself before that.
Yeah, definitely.
A beer after a run. I'm from Belgium. Okay. I will put a D. I need to be professional on this.
Yeah, no, because there is still, I think, this myth that a beer contains like some stuff like houblon, and I would say that can accelerate recovery if you have like a small one. It's absolutely false.
Yeah, people like to say that it's relaxing the muscles as well.
Yeah, or that.
But Paula Radcliffe, before each marathon, she was drinking a glass of wine.
Before,
The day
not
before.
after. The day before. Okay. Yeah.
Not on the race
But
day.
in the end, I think this is also something valuable. If something works for you, then why would you change? If you are happy with it, go for it.
Yes, of course. At
Being
least
reasonable, though.
At least one rest day per week.
Do you have a rest day, like a full rest day?
I'm doing it once per month.
Okay.
I will say yes, because people with more time, for example, I know some athletes that have more time than I have, and they can put all the volumes that I'm doing for the moment, but on 6 days, because they have more time, and then they can take a rest day, and it's a good thing. Then I put, as a beginner, for beginners, I will say S.
But I will also add this, that even as a more advanced, like you're training a lot, I personally think that it's good to have one day where you really don't do anything.
Yeah.
Because even for your mentality, you know that there is one day where you can chill. Whereas even if you have like a light session, it doesn't truly feel like a break. That's the way I see it, and I think it's working well for me.
But also, just after the marathon, I took for 5 days.
Yeah, yeah. I'm seeing people on Strava after the marathon. They are doing easy run, recovery run. They should rest after a marathon. That's
Depends
yeah.
of their level, I will say. Because if it's a guy who did 220 and is doing 200 kilometers per week, he will recover super fast of it. But
That is true. That the more you run, the faster you recover. But yeah, elite.
yes, elite slash professional, so I will
Yeah,
say.
or very
Yeah.
advanced. Yeah.
Yes, ibuprofen before and after a long run. You are not doing that. It's D, obviously.
Yeah, there are some people, actually a lot of runners I've seen in this, that are taking anti-inflammatory in order to get through the pain, to reduce the sensation of pain. Don't do that.
Yeah.
It's a very, very bad idea.
But it's a common mistake because I will not lie, I did it already. I'm
But
not
that's how
I'm
you
like
learn, huh?
I'm like everybody, but sometimes you just want to go to the race because you have some kind of muscular injuries. Yes, but it's really bad thing. Cool down.
So a cool down after a training, right?
I mean, yes, you cannot go home at, I don't know if you are doing a threshold. You cannot go full speed at home instantly after. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, I will put S because for me it's mandatory that you need to. And also for sleeping, because if you are training late, for example, if you are not doing a cool down after and you are going straight home, your body will be excited. You will have some difficulties to sleep.
Yeah, I agree.
Hydration, electrolytes. Yes, you need to drink a ton of water.
You need to recharge what you have lost during the training. I would add this: if you only drink water, there is a chance that you won't get fully hydrated. Sorry, my English, it's bad. Especially if you do hard or long session, electrolyte might be a very good idea to add after your training.
Yeah. And also, if you don't have electrolytes at home, just salt.
Yeah, put salt to compensate the salt that you are losing during your training.
No, we have massages for physiotherapists because it's more accessible than gadget things like massage gun or everything. Because I mean, you are between the hands of a professional normally. I think it's a good thing. I will put a good A.
I agree. Yeah.
I cannot pronounce this word. Cold plunge. Plunge?
Cold plunge or
Ice
ice bath.
Yes, also accessible, can be good. I try to take cold shower as much as I can. I will put a good A. Sauna, same thing. But I mean, it's a bit gadget, but I mean, maybe ice bath is better than sauna. Sauna, ice bath, you have a bath at home or a shower at least. Sauna, you need to go in a spa for the pocket. It's better to put a B.
Yeah.
Foam rolling. It's a good one. This one, I'm hesitating between S tier and A because it's cheap. It's not taking so much time. You can do it before the run, after the run. I mean, more deeply after the run, and just to wake up your muscle before. Oh, yes, it's a good thing. I will put A. Get carbs and protein right after our training. Yes.
So it's just whenever you're done training, the
Yeah.
idea is to get, like most of the time, it's like a shaker that contains a lot of carbs and protein. So right after your training to, restore your glycogen stock that has been consumed during your training. And protein because you are breaking fibers during the training, so you need to build up the muscle to make them stronger again.
Yeah, you can, if you have it, you can take a premix with carbs and protein. I know that
You do this?
no, I'm not doing it. I'm just eating. I try to eat fast as I can, even if it's something small, because I don't know if not it's not the time to eat. For example, if you come back from running at 4 or 5 during the afternoon, you can have just a little snack or something like this at least.
Okay.
Then yes, I think it's underrated. We put S because fueling is important. Cross training,
So
really good.
cross training is not about CrossFit, because I had people before being confused. Cross training is doing endurance sport that is not running, which could be cycling, swimming, or others. It's low impact endurance sport.
I will take, for example, maybe people know this guy, the French athlete Etienne Daguinos. He ran an European record on 10K on the road. He's doing between 90 and 100 kilometers per week, and all the rest is cycling. And he's running at 10K in 27 minutes. I think that's a good thing.
But that's interesting, because I think his distribution of intensity might be very different because he's running for 10K, right?
Yeah.
So that means higher speed, higher intensity. But if you do too much intensity, you're going to break.
Yeah.
But you still need to stimulate your cardiovascular system. So the way he found is, all right, I will still do this without running, with cycling. And that's actually very smart.
Yes, and also other athletes are doing, but we were speaking simply about gym. It's already a kind of cross training. Swimming, yes. If you put less stress on your body, because running is really hard for the body. It's a good thing. I will put, even if I'm not doing it anymore, because I don't have my bike here, but I would like to do some cycling, to be honest. I will put S, because it can prevent a lot of injuries. I mean, you will improve your fitness anyway, even if you're not running. Good, really, really good thing. Mobility work and stretching. I'm not doing it.
Same.
Yeah, it's also underrated.
Rank the stuff that you don't do.
Yes, I'm putting everything that I'm not doing. I'm putting S on, or I will put A, because it's not. I mean, it's important, but if you are, it's less important than running itself, I will say.
For sure.
A.
All right.
Okay.
So the best thing you can do to recover: 8 hours of consistent sleep, at least one rest day per week, hydration and electrolytes, so to cover up your hydric loss and salt as well, and get carbs and protein after a hard training. So a hard training can be long run or intervals, for example. You don't actually need it for easy jog. I don't think so.
Yeah.
And cross training in order to avoid injuries and to still stimulate your endurance, essentially. All right. Well, thank you, Laurentin.
No worries.
It was a
You're
pleasure
welcome.
to have you. I hope you enjoyed the experience.
Yes, of course. It was a nice experience. If I can help, I mean, I'm not a specialist, but if I can help some people.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of good advices that many people can benefit from. So yeah, thank you for that. And thank you everyone for watching this episode. As always, if you liked it, please like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments if there is stuff that I need to improve on, because as always, it is homemade and I know that I'm making a lot of mistakes. So please let me know. And well, I'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.